Imagine losing 5 days on every invoice simply because someone forgot to sign it manually. That is how you bleed cash flow right now. But there is a bold truth from recent studies. 99% of companies using AI have successfully reduced their average sales outstanding, meaning they get paid faster almost universally. This isn't magic, it's data driven reality where 75% report cutting those days by 6 or more just by switching systems. Think about the alternative. You are letting your business run on a broken manual process, while competitors automate approval and speed up payment cycles instantly. The gap between slow, error prone paperwork and instant digital certainty is wider than most realize. You need to know exactly how this shift happens before it becomes standard industry practice everywhere. Your cash flow is bleeding out right now because your invoices are stuck in a black hole of manual paperwork. You send them, you wait weeks, and money just disappears into limbo. This isn't an accounting problem, it's a speed trap. Right now, every invoice sits there unattended for 5 to 7 days while humans hunt through emails and PDFs trying to find the right file. The result? Your day's sales outstanding balloons from 30 to even 45 days. You are literally sitting on cash you desperately need but cannot access until someone manually approves it. And that manual cost is staggering. Every single invoice processed by hand costs between $9 and $25 just in labor, time wasted, and frustrated staff hours lost chasing data entry errors. This slow cycle means you pay suppliers late or chase your own receivables endlessly while competitors move faster with AI automation. You are leaving money on the table simply because your approval process is too old for today's market. The bottleneck ends here when we introduce a smarter way to handle approvals instantly. Waiting costs you money every single second your invoice sits unpaid. Extended days. Sales outstanding isn't just a metric, it is a direct drain on your company's liquidity and growth potential. The data reveals how devastating this delay can be for cash flow, but there is a solution that stops the leak immediately. Recent studies show that 99% of companies using artificial intelligence have successfully reduced their average days sales outstanding. Even more critical, 75% of those same adopters reported cutting 6 days or more off that timeline overnight. That isn't just faster processing, it is immediate access to capital you were forced to wait for previously. Every hour saved in approval cycles translates directly into fuel for your next expansion phase without needing extra staff. We need to stop letting manual delays dictate your financial velocity, and we are about to show exactly how AI fixes the bottleneck right here. Human error is your biggest cash flow leak right now. Manual portal submissions face rejection rates between 10 and 15% simply because formatting slips or data fields get missed by tired eyes. This isn't just a typo, it's a financial blockage that throws entire invoices back into the approval loop. Every time an invoice gets rejected for being slightly off format, your day's sales outstanding balloons while you wait on someone to fix what AI handles instantly. With manual entry, error rates sit at 2 to 3% naturally before they even hit the system limits of rejection. But when those errors occur in high volume environments, a single missing zip code or decimal point can stall payment for weeks. You lose time chasing approvals that never arrive because the data is dirty from the start. AI automation reduces these stubborn rejection rates to less than 1% almost immediately. It scans documents and validates entries before they even queue up for human review. This means you stop wasting days on administrative back and forth and keep money moving through your accounts, receivable cycle without interruption. Imagine your approval process running on autopilot, completely unbothered by messy emails or cryptic PDFs. The AI acts as an intelligent firewall, instantly capturing invoices from over 80 different sources without a single manual touch. It pulls data directly from supplier portals, EDI networks, and even scattered email attachments with zero friction. Using advanced optical character recognition, the system extracts critical details like line items, payment terms, and invoice dates in seconds. The accuracy is staggering, dropping error rates down to less than half of 1%. This precision eliminates the rejection headaches that used to stall your cash flow by days or even weeks. When formatting errors disappear, portal submission rejections plummet below 1% for most businesses. Your team stops fighting with documents and starts focusing on growth while the AI handles the heavy lifting. Every extracted line item is validated against your existing rules before it ever reaches a human eye. This seamless architecture ensures that valid invoices move forward instantly while anomalies get flagged correctly. Next, we will explore how this same automation slashes processing costs to under $3 per invoice. Think of your approval engine as an unerring referee, instantly calling every play before it even happens. Manual portal submissions often face rejection rates between 10 and 15% because of simple formatting errors or missing data fields. Humans miss these details under pressure, causing invoices to bounce back into the queue where they sit idle for days. Our AI changes that dynamic completely by cross-referencing purchase orders and contracts instantly against every incoming document. It validates supplier names, invoice numbers, line items, payment terms, and dates in a single heartbeat without human intervention. This means error rates plummet from 2 or 3% down to less than half a percent overnight. More importantly, it slashes rejection rates for portal submissions directly below 1% because the system never accepts an incomplete file. When rejections vanish entirely, you stop losing valuable time fighting administrative noise and start focusing on growth instead. You are no longer waiting on manual checks that delay your money. Every approved invoice moves straight to payment without hitting a dead end or requiring resubmission. Imagine waiting 5 or 7 days just to get an invoice approved and sent out manually. That was the old world where processing times dragged on for over 9 days, locking up your cash flow in a slow motion drain. Now, AI driven automation collapses that entire timeline into just a few hours. You are no longer bound by manual entry speeds, you are moving at digital light speed. Look at what this means when it counts: 80 to 90% cost reduction, while operations scale massively without adding a single head of staff. In fact, 82% of firms scale their operations by 11% or more after adopting AI simply because they stopped wasting time on bottlenecks. The error rate plummets from 2 to 3% down to less than half a percent, ensuring that every dollar you pay goes exactly where it should instantly. This isn't just about saving minutes. It's about unlocking the velocity your business has been screaming for but couldn't access before technology stepped in. Stop waiting on approval bottlenecks that stall your cash flow. Real-world data proves that eliminating these delays directly accelerates payment collection. When you deploy AI-driven automation, DSO reductions of 15–30% become standard practice rather than a lucky break. A recent study confirms this isn't theoretical. It shows that companies using AI have successfully reduced their average days sales outstanding, with 3 out of 4 reporting drops of 6 days or more for invoice processing alone. You aren't just cutting costs, you are reclaiming weeks trapped in your accounts receivable cycle. Manual portals often face rejection rates between 10–15% due to simple formatting errors, which artificially inflates your collection time by 5 to 10 days every single month. AI automation slashes those rejections to under 1% instantly. This means invoices clear without manual intervention or endless back and forth emails from suppliers. The result is a relentless cash injection that fuels growth while you add staff elsewhere. Stop waiting on bottlenecks while money sits stagnant in limbo. You can deploy a self-hosted agent right now to automate approvals and capture cash instantly. This isn't just saving time, it is owning your financial stack completely without adding headcount. Look at the results. 99% of companies using AI have successfully reduced their average days sales outstanding, with 3/4 seeing cuts of 6 days or more. Imagine scaling operations by 11% or greater while keeping your team size static. Manual processes drag invoices through a 5 to 7 day purgatory that kills liquidity. Your new agent eliminates this lag entirely. It extracts details from emails and portals automatically, slashing error rates below half a percent, so rejections vanish overnight. For portal-heavy businesses alone, removing these errors can shave 5 to 10 days off your collection cycle. The manual cost per invoice averages $9 or higher, but automation drives that down to just $2.36. You are not just cutting costs, You are engineering velocity into every transaction. This is the final step in building a machine that prints its own cash flow without sleep breaks. You just saw how AI slashes invoice processing from 9 days down to hours, cuts costs by 90%, and drags your DSO out of 35-day stagnation into single-digit speed. This isn't theoretical, it's a verified cash engine now running for thousands of founders who stopped guessing about approval workflows. You've seen the data on rejection rates dropping below 1% and operations scaling without adding headcount. If you're ready to build your own automated financial fortress, hit subscribe right now so we can take this series deeper into implementation next week. Stay tuned for the blueprint that turns these numbers into real revenue acceleration.